between the episodes on Eisenholm. After a little over 4.5 years in this world, there's one thing we've desperately been needing to do, and somehow I've just kept putting it off. Also, at the moment, we're lacking a little bit in the materials department to do so. So, it's time to gather lantern materials. First up, quartz. If we're eventually going to be mining the silver out of here one day, why not today? Get 2 birds stoned at once. That's the saying, right? Filling my pockets to the brim, I was eventually driven from the mines by a man firing femurs in my general direction. We're just gonna seal that right back up. With quartz acquisition a success, I tossed a bunch of the quartz into bloomeries to make the glass needed to finish our earlier industrial pallet shelving. The clear quartz? That's what we want for lanterns, so they don't get cooked. Also, we managed to nab a nice amount of silver down there too. Very fancy.
Keeps the werewolves at bay.
Gathering all of that quartz did, however, leave our pickaxe in a bit of a sorry state. So I decided to smith up some spares along with a prospecting pick before heading out to brave the depths of the earth once more. At dawn, we ride. On foot. The spots I've had marked for lead for a while are... You saw nothing. As I was saying, the lead deposits aren't that far. The lead led me to where lead lay until little lead was left to be logged laterally back to the locale in which I lay my head. Luckily back at the lantern-lit lodge of... Who wrote this? Oh. Well, enough with the alliteration then. Back at the workshop, we still had plenty enough copper for the amount of lead we'd gathered, so it was time to smelt up as much of our favorite to pronounce alloy as possible. Molybdochacos. After several rounds of pouring, we'd gone from our single solitary ingot to 62. Yes, I know that making a single ingot to pair with our last one isn't exactly optimal, but we couldn't just leave that one to live alone on the shelf forever. It knows too much. It's seen too much. Before getting anvil deep into hammering out plates, however, I took a little break to make some lunch, harvest the cattails for more skeps, realize the bees are asleep because it's winter, and rejoice that we don't even need the bees right now because we've already got enough wax, linen fibers, and existing candles for almost all of the lanterns we're about to violently hammer into existence. All I needed to do was cook up more candles. Unknowingly ruining all of my cooking pots in the process. Whoops. Once again, you saw nothing. We'll just set these over here for, public shaming purposes. To get the last few candles we'll need, I grabbed the nearly 1.5 stacks of bony soil we'd collected on our little trip south and marched right on over to the old dirt dugout to relive the early days. I'll be here a while. Go on and have dinner without me. 9 more candles. Nice. Combined with the 3 candles upstairs in the farmhouse, I think we might just have enough. So as winter carried on outside, I huddled within the safety of the workshop, smithing all of our freshly made Molybdochacos ingots into plates. And so that brings us to today, where we're going to take these plates, the quartz that we've mined up, and the candles we've made, and we're going to post something very important.
It's lamps.
That's right, we're making lamp posts. Finally, we will actually light up all of our walkways.
Now where did I put those candles? There they are.
Good. And a bunch of clear quartz. All right. So let's just take everything we've got here. Where are the plates? There are the plates. And let's make ourselves a whole bunch of Molybdechakos lanterns.
The new ones.
There we are. 31 of these beautiful, more angular lanterns. They're very, very beautiful. So we gotta do them justice with some aesthetic lamp posts. Just put away our excess supplies here. And you know what? 2 candles? No. Let's put those back where they belong. Because we'll also need our big lantern. And wait a minute. No, the tongs go where the tongs go. There we go. And I like that they still work with their hook. We might just need to change the decor for its little outline. And we'll pop our other hammer there. Actually, no. We'll keep that on us. We might need it for getting our rock type that we're going to need out of slabs.
Dual-wielding lanterns as we run on through the snow. Oh, we're dual-wielding lanterns 'cause we got someplace to go.
That's basalt. That is our slate. Shale. Good, yes. 16 polished shale. That won't be quite enough. Oh, that's gravel. Okay. Alright. Good. We have tons of shale. Excellent. How many do we need? 93. What's 93 minus 16? I don't know. So we're just gonna start doing this until we got what we need. Alright. Little over a stack and a half. That should be enough. Where's our chisel? Let's put this little rough one away. Grab a regular chisel. I'm gonna pop that in. We're gonna make ourselves some polished shale rock. I'm gonna need to actually figure out math here. There we go. Excellent. We're gonna need the chisel as well. And we will need the pantograph. Now we just need wood. That's not in-game. That's real-life thunder now. I know last time we were hearing thunder in the game, and I mentioned I didn't know if it was in the real world or if that was in the game world. But that thunder is not here. That's out, where my flesh body lives. Alright. Now let's see. 17 walnut logs. Is that all we have for walnut? I really didn't plan this out, did I? Huh. Cool. The one time I want to use walnut.
17, huh? That's gonna get us, not a lot. I know it's winter, and planting walnut trees is a fruitless effort at the moment, but,
10 walnut seeds. Okay. I think I may have undervalued the use of walnut as a very nice, weathered kind of wood. It's just a cooler weathering than the greenish, yellowish maple. But alas, let us go seek what wood we might have of the walnut variety in our vicinity. And also, yes, those are my cookpots. We're gonna have to make new ones. Cooking the candles in them was well, it was a bit of a mistake, but that's okay. We've been stuck with 3 and I didn't want to make 1, so now we can make a full batch of 4 cookpots all at the same time. So let's first get the walnut tree sorted, and then maybe we'll slap some clay around before we get to making lampposts. Anyway, the storm rages outside, so before I lose power, let's go get some walnut trees.
I don't have an axe here, do I? Uh-oh. Alright. Suppose right back where I were, that's where I dropped my axe. Gotta stop putting my stuff down in random strange places. That's a good axe right there. Alright. Ooh, I'm gonna have to harvest the acacia later, too.
But that's a later problem. That's something I will not deal with right now. Save it for a special occasion.
Oh boy. Okay. It's one of those kinds of pun days today, huh? Alright. Who knows how many of these seeds will be lost in the snow, never to be recovered, never to be remembered. forgotten, like so many that came before them, and many that will come after as well. Alright, that's probably all of them. Boop, plant a new one. Because we want to keep more walnut, because we're going to need them if that'll be the style for our lampposts.
Okay, what do we got here? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At almost 6 stacks. I have a distinct feeling we're going to need more than that. Because while we need 3 polished shale per lamppost, we need 5 walnut log. So what's 5 times 31? 153? 155? Let me grab the old calculator again here. 41 times 5. Yes, of course. 155, I knew it all along. Never questioned myself for a second. How many stacks is that? Almost 10. So we're, okay, so we got about half. Let's see, any more walnut trees around? Plant as many as I want till the cows come home, but there's no cows in this world, so I think we'll be waiting a while. Walnut trees? Have I hidden any more of you out in the darkness of this world? No. No, these are all bushes. Alright. Okay. We've got this unholy amount of oak, but that's for the dock. That's spoken for. That's maple. Well, these are all the crimson maples. I'm starting to freeze. Uh-oh. It's cold business out here looking for walnut in the snow. That's another oak. No, sir, I don't need a Pokedex. That's just water. It's the last thing I need right now, and I've got frost forming in my vision. You're a pine. Son of a birch. I'm starting to have the distinct suspicion that I have not planted more walnut than what I have just cut down. Is that more walnut? No, it's maple. Still up to your old tricks, I see. Spider pig. Good. I'm gonna get inside where it's warm. Well, I suppose since it's a frosty time outside, while I warm up, let's make those cooking pots. And then once we've made them and we get those firing and we've adequately warmed our toesy woesies, then perhaps the sun will be just about rising and we can sail on over across the water, or just walk across our handy-dandy bridge, and go cut down some of the walnut trees over yonder. If there are any walnut trees on the south side of the pond here, we might actually have to just sail north. I know out to the east, well, northeast, there are definitely walnut trees. Could just be a quick little boat ride away. But anyway, pot-making time. No, not that kind.
Running around at the speed of cold. My toes, they are freezing. They are going to fall off. Only 13 minutes till gangrene sets in. No, not gangrene. Frostbite. My clay is in the mason lodge. Ran into the workshop on pure instinct. It's muscle memory at this point. Or muscle misremembering. Ow. I'm so cold. Got our fire clay there. There's our blue clay. You know what? We might actually, if we're going to be firing the big old kiln, we're going to need some ceramic tiles for the castle interior anyway, so we could make this one big old batch. Oh, my toes are falling off. I gotta get warm. Okay, let's just take as much of this as I can carry. I don't have that chest still. I don't know where I put it. It's okay with my pockets laden full of clay. We make our way to warmth. Though I suppose I could just dip my toes into the boiler room for a moment and nearly immediately be completely warm. Well, there we go. It's hot in there. Makes me cozy. All right. So, pottery wheel, are you still cursed? Oh, for sure there, bud. Though I suppose we're not going to let some eldritch horror stop us from throwing the old clay, huh? Let's do it. Now, we might get a little dizzy from this, but here we go. 4 cooking pots. Yeah. I don't get how this works either, but if there was one, it would make sense. But don't question this. Pots. And then we're going to do a whole bunch of these tiles. Because if we take a look at the new tiles, we got the raw blue clay tiles, and we're going to want cream ones, as well as black ones.
And since we're probably going to want black cooking pots, we'll probably do the black tiles as part of the same batch. So let's see, we got 39 clay still here. 4 blue clay to make 4 tiles. I think that's easy enough.
We got ourselves some tile.
Now we're just going to need, like, yeah, a little over 100 of these.
Okay, time for more numbers.
Gonna need 270 of these little tiles per color, which then means we're going to need, just shy of 4 1/4 stacks of each, of black and white.
I'm just gonna be here slapping clay at this spinning eldritch abomination.
And I'll meet you over at the kiln in but a moment from your perspective.
But a long, long time from now from my perspective. Oh, I think it's daytime. I best get a move on with this.
And through the power of movie magic, here we are. Now, I didn't exactly fill this entire space here because, well, in order to get all of these stacks of cream tiles done, I can't do them in the same batch as these very darkened, charred black tiles that we're going to be making alongside the cookpots. So that's going to have to be a second firing. We do, however, have fire clay bricks. 2 stacks of them, in fact, just so we can rebuild once this kiln decides it's gonna bite the biscuit. I don't know how many hours it'll cook for, but one day it will crack, and I will be prepared. I've already put the peat below, so let's light this thing up.
Fireball. Fireball. I said I cast fire. Ooh, that one's already on fire.
Now, hopefully, half stacks of peat below this will be enough to finish the firing. Who knows?
Certainly not I. It's been a long time since I've used this thing.
I've forgotten fuel ratios.
I did a little bit of research. By a little bit of research, I mean I just Googled it. And we're going to need 24 peat bricks in total on these, and right now they've all burned down to about 21.
So there we go, stacks of 24 peat bricks on each of the 9 spots. That should be enough fuel to complete one firing. Although, of course, because the beehive kiln is not full, well, it's not exactly the most fuel-efficient way to do this.
So perhaps when we do the cream tiles, we figure out what else we're going to need. Maybe some refractory bricks or more fire clay bricks. Who knows?
Oh, I used tier 2 refractory bricks for this? Oh.
Well, maybe that was a little overkill. Those could have been better used for steel. Oh well. We'll just leave that to cook. For indeed, 'tis dark and spooky out here.
But not for long. Soon we will have light upon these paths, and that will be a glorious day, and that day is today. Soon.
Once we've collected the wood, that is. All right. Where did I put that little chest I was carrying around? Probably back in the workshop. Probably. Let's check the usual suspects first. Nope, not here. No matter, we'll pop our peat down. And now we go collect the box where I've probably put it down because I need to have a place to store what lamp post materials we already have. Oh, there it is. Nope. This is... Alright. And of course, it's full of conglomerate stone. Why would it not be?
This explains why my instinct was to go to the masonry lodge. So let's pop these rocks away so we can put our current supply of walnut and shale in there. And perhaps since it's calm, we won't delay on going out into the wild in search of walnut wood.
Let's just pop everything in the old trunk here. Chest. Not quite a trunk. Missed a thing of rocks. Pop the rocks away. Okay. We'll put these walnut seeds in there as well. Oh, missed more rocks. Got my rocks in my pocket.
May as well put the pantograph and chisel in there. Maybe the hammer too. Why not? We're not going to need those until we're actually making the posts. Alright, do we bring it with us? No, it's full. We shall be returning here, though. Well, my instincts tell me to shear the oak leaves until sunrise. However, the journey to Walnut may perhaps be a 3 to 5 minute one. So perhaps we just head out before sunrise. Back on down to the docks where our ship's encased in ice. Can I? Yes, not quite. Almost. Almost. Come on. We can do this. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. There we are. Okay. Oh, all right.
Now we just have to hope that the water doesn't freeze over too much, and that we can make it back alive. And we're into the ice again. We're into the ice again. We're off, and we're icy cold. Where we end up, I think we know.
We're heading for Walnut.
All right. Oh boy. Mayhaps my hubris shall be my undoing. Oh well, it's more interesting this way. I know where the big walnut tree is, so we'll just go there. I know there's walnut over that way. If that big walnut tree even exists anymore, I don't remember if I took it down. I don't think I did. Okay. Well, somewhere over in the distance there, as I'm already beginning to shiver, it's very cold out. I need the sun. Some of those trees there, I believe, are indeed walnut. So when the sun finishes rising into the sky, we head ashore. Because right now it's very high rift activity. It was calm, but I missed my window of opportunity.
But no matter, the sky is beginning to light the ground with hues of purple.
Very similar to the walnut wood, just a little bit more reddish.
And soon, our wood shall be acquired. Ah.
I probably should have brought a blanket, but that's okay. We'll be on shore in but a moment. I'm cold. I'm cold.
Well, there wasn't nearly as much walnut out there as I had expected, but the ceramics are ready. So let's just grab these first before we get... As I was saying, let's just grab all of these. And let's head right back on over to the Masonry Lodge to go grab what we need to finally get these lanterns in place so we can light up these walkways. Okay, so we're going to start right over near the workshop entrance. Yeah, let's start right over here. This is a good spot as any, I'd say. And one of the first things we're going to have to do is strip all of these walnut logs. But of course, we're not just going to do them all at once. We will strip them as we go. Because if I'm being quite honest, I think the math I did earlier for how many blocks I'm going to need in total might not have been entirely correct. We may need to go grab more shale, which is fine. We have tons. I'm just hoping we have enough walnut. But in any case, we will start this together. So we're going to chisel this shale rock here and just add one of our walnut debarked logs in there. And there we go. There's the beginnings of it. We've got the lamppost base, and yes, I have pre-designed this so that we can get these all put together nice and efficiently.
If I took all the time I did to design different things in creative for chiseling projects, oh boy, I think we'd probably have 2 episodes per year. And not like long ones, just, I'd spend 4 months of the year designing things. No, you're right, buddy. 4 months per episode designing things. And then 2 months building. So let's not take that long. Oop. We're just going to chisel a couple more of these debarked logs. Turn them into the poles. Perfect. And, hop up. There we go. Haha. And we're going to just want, these aren't the placement for them, but we're just going to want to chisel a couple of these. I didn't really need to chisel that one. That's just going to be the regular vertical. There we go. And I do believe we've got ourselves, well, most of a lamppost. Let's grab one of the lamps so it can be a post. And then, of course, one last little piece to finish off the base. Now, I do have 3 different variants for the front of the base here. We've got just a regular one that's going to be just a bargain basement plain old lamppost. Then we've got one here that's got a little bit of a flower pot for the decorative flower pot, and another larger one for a decorative planter. I think for this one, though, just a plain one might be fine. We're kind of in the middle of the, well, slowly developing industrial district. But there we have it, a lamppost. And at the top there, I've got a little bit of a transition between the vertical and horizontal wood. And I've just based that off of a little bit of joinery that I've seen over the course of a lot of carpentry videos. Oh boy, do I watch a lot of carpentry videos. Why? I'm not sure. But we can table that discussion for later. So as I slowly begin to freeze once more, we're going to kind of space these out, not exactly, but an average of roughly 15-ish blocks away from each other. Oh, there's already a drifty boy. Oh boy. Okay, sir. 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 I do not I do not appreciate your violence against me, sir. Ah. Alright. I see how this is. Okay. Dodge and weave, dodge and weave. I got a man firing bones from his spine at my back. Maybe it's a good thing that we're going to get these lampposts all put in place. It gets dangerous and such when it's all dark and medium rift activity or anything besides calm. This would be a great boon for the economy. Think of the shareholders. Ugh. You know what? Next couple lampposts are right around the boiler room anyway. I can warm up in there right quick. And hopefully we can do this before we're assailed too much. Good sir, please. I have a rough layout idea that I'm working off of here. Oh, come on. Sir. Okay. I guess he was cold too. You're supposed to take the bridge and go inside to warm up, not go directly to the source. There we go. The frost is cleared from our eyes. No. This one's going to be a little bit of an issue. Where are you shooting me from? Please, sir. Please. I would really rather you didn't do this. Can you not? Where are you? There you are. All right. We're gonna get this guy out of our faces here, and we're gonna scare him right into the soup. Go into the soup, sir. Don't you skirt the soup. How dare you skirt the soup? No, you shoot bones. You will make a fantastic broth. Good, sir. Oh, they're everywhere. Oh, it's again. Oh, shivery boy. Get in the soup. Oh, okay. They're all coming. Well, when in Rome, probably not going to get anything from all these surface shivers and drifters, but that's okay. That Botorn's going to be the largest problem. But let's see. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be... Oh, boy. Sir, please stop shooting me. I have a family. All right, that's it. You're all going to die. Don't you do it. Told you. You too. You think you're a big man? Beating up a crazy woodsman? It'll teach you. There's backup coming. Okay. Well, I'm going to fill that in with dirt when it's safer. Ooh. It appears I've worked up a little bit of an appetite. I wonder why. What physical activity could I have possibly been doing outside? Running for my life while screaming? Certainly not. Though, since it is quite dangerous outside, this might be a little bit of back and forth into the house, just as the dangers of the outside world wish to consume me. So in an attempt to stay alive, I'm going to run, screaming of course, in and out of the house, placing down lampposts here and there as I dodge men who shoot their bones from their spines, and smaller men that throw rocks. Yeah, and Spider-Man from that one X-Men crossover where he became a mutant with, like, actually 8 arms. Or legs. Limbs. So I'll see you in a moment when the sun comes up and it's a little bit safer.
I'm gonna eat some cheese. Nope, that's a bad idea. Don't do it. Don't do it, you'll regret it. Cheese doesn't have toes.
No way. You don't need to pre-chisel the different angles. I didn't know that. I'm learning right alongside all you. Or, learning behind those of you who already did know this. No, we can just copy that with paste shape and materials. Run over here, and it takes the 2 wood out of our inventory. Of course, this is slightly different orientation, so we just gotta do that. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, happy day. I don't have to pre-chisel it. I could just copy-paste. I've spent so much extra time that I didn't need to. Oh, this is grand. There we go. I'm gonna go warm up in the boiler room again. I keep getting cold. Yes, Wolf. The cold is spooky. All right.
I think when we get around to doing the next batch of ceramics to get those cream tiles cooking, I might just put together some flower pots and planters and pop them in there while we're firing the old beehive kiln. And then it's just as easy as adding another texture to the bottom front portions here to act as a bit of soil. And change the front of some of these lampposts into flower pots, planters, all manner of good stuff. I might take this fern I had to relocate and pop it in a planter here. Get some foliage action going on. Yeah. Well, I think that's all of the lampposts in place for the roads that we have built so far, and not a moment too soon as it's high rift activity now. And as is tradition, the dangers of the outside world have pushed us inside on these long, dark, cold winter nights.
Remember the days when snow layers would block spawns? Pepperidge Farms remembers. Pepperidge Farms never forgets, never forgives. All must pay the Pepperidge tax. Very similar to the cheese tax.
But anyway, with as many lampposts as we have road for put in place, what's the next step?
Well, a very quick next step is popping these cook pots, the freshly made ones,
onto the stoves, and there we go. Now we can comfortably make ourselves 6 full crocks of food at a time. It's glorious. And it only took me ruining the 3 we had to finally get around to making even just the additional 1 cookpot that we were going to need.
I guess only a batch of 4 would do for me.
But no matter, it is sorted. But the real next step, I think, when it's a little bit safer outside, also known as when the sun comes up, I might try to at least start with the path blocks that we have. A little bit of a road going from the docks, running over to meet up with the roads that we have over here. So let's wait out the unimaginable horrors lurking in the dark of the night, and then build road to the castle. How many years will that castle take? Probably about the same amount of years that it would take in real life, I would imagine.
All right, let's get the sunlight up.
Cloudy, but day.
Oh, we're getting cold.
How's our gear looking anyway? Oh, this explains why the Canadian winter clothes are not keeping me warm. They're in tatters. I thought there was something wrong.
Gonna have to get those repaired somewhat soon. Oh, December, how deceptively calming you seem to be on the outside, yet how many horrors you harbor beneath your snowy exterior.
I suppose with not being able to work at night, this might take another full day to get this path all put together.
Oh dear.
Well, ain't nothing to it but to do it, when it's safe.
I think that was a job well done. So with our paths lit up, safe, secure, even. Let's grab ourselves a bunch of clay, get those cream clay tiles firing, and a whole bunch of flower pots and planters. Oh, I don't even need my lantern on these roads anymore. Look at that.
I do need these trees gone from my road. They're blocking.
We're running on the lit paths. The paths are lit up and it's beautiful. Safe and sound on the lit paths. Look at the lanterns covered in snow.
Now, of course, I was a silly man, and losing my sanity a little bit with the repetitiveness of clay forming, and still actually need to put together the cream tiles, unless I put them down somewhere and cannot recall where I placed them.
Quite the possibility. So we're just gonna get this little chest off of our back and pop it down on the floor right there.
Because boy oh boy, do we have quite a bit of clay forming to do. Planters, pots, tiles.
It's all things good.
It's all things gravy.
Ceramic gravy.
So as I get to slapping the clay once more, I think that's where we're going to call it for the day. We're going to get everything all put together, get them firing in the beehive kiln, and then we're going to make sure we've got an adequate amount of cobblestone and dry stone, of the conglomerate variety, of course, because next time we are focusing almost entirely on framing out the castle,
The keep specifically, the shape, the form, the function, probably just the form.
And so to that I say, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our time together today. And a huge special shout out to all of our channel members. You're the greatest. Thank you so much for your support. And as I so often forget to mention it, we do have a community Discord server, as well as a community vintage story server. Very fancy. So for anybody who's interested, I hope to see you there. But for the moment, I'm going to get my hands all covered in clay and aggregate, whatever the clay juice is called.
I remembered it once. Forgetting it in the moment. No matter. You have yourself a wonderful day. Or night. Or whatever space outside of chronological existence of which you occupy. You have a good one of whatever that is. Or else. Okay, thank you again. I'll see you soon. Bye.
I slippy slap the clay every single day. I slippy slap the clay 'cause I know that it'll be okay. Ooh, tiles.